once again to Tony's Magical, Mystical, Treasure Adventures, Mudlarking, Riverlarking, Metal Detecting, Magnet Fishing with myself to Tony. So today, kids, we're heading up to a river where I've been before, but I got to a point where I stopped and I turned round. So I'd never seen this part of the river, and it was under a great big double railway bridge, two great big like tunnels, and I stopped there. So when I gone back there, walked back up where I'd finished and carry on. The walls up the sides were huge. These walls had to be good 20 foot, easy 20 foot, and behind them is houses, old Victorian houses. So I'm hoping that at some point the walls were a lot smaller and that stuff went over the wall into the river from the Victorians. That's me thinking. So, aye, it's New Year's Day, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet, yeah. We're going to find some treasure. See you in the video. You can see we must have had quite a bit of rain through the night. Very murky, very murky. But it's allowing us to concentrate on the sides. Something I very rarely do because my eyes are on the water that much. But I've literally just got in there on the side of that bridge. What was that? And that looks like a little shipman's piece there. Oh, let's see if I can grab it. It is a little shipman's eye. Let's give it a little wipe. So that there, little meat or fish paste. Founded in 1750. Victorian. The labour order went on there, on the front. This here, meat paste, fish paste. They're indestructible. They're everywhere. Right, not a bad little first find. So that's what we'll do, because the rivers I do, it's a shame because the banksides for many years were just filled. Everything was hiding the water in the river. So right, the shipman's paste. Let's get ourselves in here. I did not expect to be in the bankside today. That's a HP, so Heinz. 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 Again, 30s, 40s. The reason why we're seeing stuff in the bankside is because this was the tips. They just hide everything in the water. Everything went over the side. Up. Bit of pottery. I say I don't take these modern ones, but if anybody else ever comes along, I'd rather just leave them where they can find them themselves. There's a few things just round there. Can I get to them? Oh, there's a cup, I think. Just a plain one. Again, 30s, 40s. See some up there. What a big old jaw. See a few things up the bankside there. I'd pause it and see if I can get further up. See if there's anything older up here. Just some of that tree there. A little one. That's a bit earlier. I think that's an applied lip. Aye. Aqua. It's got a bit of label on as well. Maybe a clean product. Maybe chemist. They use these bottles for so many different things. But I'm sure it's applied lip, so that puts that straight away. You're talking late 1800s. I'm quite happy that the rivers are a bit murky now, because it's made us target the bank sides, and it gives us a chance to show you like why we come to rivers. You can see under the roots bits of bottle. That looks like an old shoe. It is an old shoe. It's just even just up where I'm on now, I didn't even see them. Jaw there. Ah, nettles. It's all 30s and 40s, but this is the kind of stuff I started on. There you see them? Two jaws side by side. Bottle up there. See it? Again, not what I'm looking for, but you can still find the older stuff. That's still pretty old, to be honest. It's 30s and 40s, you know. And that's how I started. Got myself, found myself a tip. After I've been in the rivers for years, but I didn't really know much about bottles being in banks and that side of it till I started digging tips and get to know other diggers and tell you how things worked, and you just learn. You learn off other people, and you learn through research. But aye, that's what you do, kids, literally. Any little streams, rivers, get in them, especially in the summer when it's really low. You can just wear a pair of wellies. Best to start off when it's really low and just see what's been chucked on the bank sides over the years. Sometimes there's actually full tips in them, you know. But aye, onwards kids, onwards. Places like this, just on a bend, right? There's some old cabins up there, over the Lockmans, but it would have been Victorian houses at one point and then turned into Lockmans. So that's where you generally find 99% of the Lockmans are tips. They're usually Victorian ones as well. But I can guarantee you, before I even get up to this, there will be something in here. I can just tell, it's just screaming out there'll be stuff in. What was that? How didn't make us look stupid. Got to be. So that can't even be seen to the water. It's just too murky. I can guarantee you if I could see into the water there'd be something that's come down that bank side, washed out over the years. Guarantee it. Let's have a look. See, they were just dumping grounds. But aye, you can see where the bank side's just, that's where it was. Now it's just all gone. Oh, so it'll be in the river. Oh, there we're gone. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? That's a bit more like it. Can't see 100% where it's been off. It's a nice little bottle. But that would have just been in the bank side at some point. With a little label on. Might have been a sauce. Could have been out. Alright, told you, didn't I? Well, I think that's come out the bank side recently. just to be sitting. Usually, if it's been on for a long time, they usually get broke. Well, it might be broke, I've not touched it yet. But it looks decent. There you go. Cool one. On the bottom it'll have the lighthouse. It'll have Hartley's. I'll just give it a clean, kids, so you can see what's on the bottom of these jam jars, marmalade jars, whatever you want to call them. Right. Hope should have left a bit of dirt on it, makes the writing come up a bit better. Right, so we've got WP Hartley, Liverpool and London. This is down here, trademark, and right in the middle it's got the lighthouse. See if I can get a better picture for you. 2 minutes, I'll give it a proper clean so you can see the see it a bit better. There you go, that's a bit better. Oh, straight back in the dirt. Right, sorry about that. So right, WP Hartley, Liverpool, London, trademark reg, and there's the lighthouse. And the Hartleys have been making these forever. The earlier ones on this side were more like a tighter groove, so the lines were much more, where there's a gap there in between the lines, you get consistent lines side by side. And then a little bit of, they feel different in texture, they look different, they're a different colour. These are white, where they're more like a cream, the older ones, but these, I think they're about 1910, 1920, into the 30s, 40s, maybe. I'm not 100% sure when the switched I went to the design. It's something, there's something to find out tonight when I get to them. So I'll tell you that, and I'll add it into the video, how old that is. Because I've got to admit, as many as I've found, I should have really asked myself the question, when did they change? You know, I know the other ones are the earlier, and these are a little bit later. But that's not a bad jar at all, that. I've got a good few, so I will put that up there for when somebody else comes along in the future. Onwards, kids, onwards. And that, I'm just having a little rake in there. I left my rake, but look, you know, this plastic one, I left it the last time, right up the top where I started. But that looks like a poison. It's a poison bottle. It's definitely a poison. Lysol, is that how we pronounce it? It should have not been taken on it. Oops, sorry. Oh, it's a bit slippy where my feet are, so I can't really, I'm having to pull stuff down. Oh, don't break it, sorry lad, don't break it. Boot all British. Lysol. Right, that's the one. Just because it's poisonous to us doesn't mean it's poison, you know. They put these grooves in that on so people could feel in the dark to make sure they didn't drink it. But I've never found one as a screw cap. So that must have been just when they switched over. Must have been. So that's got to be early 30s, hasn't it? Screw cap. Got to be. This was in that. I tell you what, I've had loads of flasks, right? But this is like a blob top flask. Look at the blob on that. Nice. It just looks a little bit different. Smashed, like. So I'll not be taking it. I'll not be taking the screw cap either. So I'm just going to hide them back where if anybody comes along they can see them. Right, it's a nice bottle, that. It's a really nice bottle. In fact, I know people who like that, so I'll take it. I know people that straight away say, oh, you should have kept that for me, so I'm going to keep it for them. Aye. Onwards, onwards. Tell you what, I must find these everywhere. I'm gone lately. And when I first started finding them, I thought they were a bit of a rare thing. Got any dates on? Some I've got a date on. It's just a plain one. Some of them will have like the LNAR ones will have like LNAR London and then the year. But I think that's just a plain one. Not seeing anything. But either like a track seat, so this would be the foundation and the track for the train would run across this in there. So you can imagine like these spaced out and your track just following on these. Come in all different sizes. But I seem to be finding quite a lot of them lately. It's in good nick, that one. Not something I want to be sticking in my backpack, but I have got some at home. That there, old soda bottle. Again, that might even be 40s, 50s that. Aye. I'm not even bothering with the other side. I'm just sticking to one side because it's a lot less back and forth, you know what I mean. That looks decent there, I like the looks of this bit. Oh, a little robin, where'd it gone? Bet it's a robin. Ah, it is. So aye, onwards, onwards. I just want to show you how dangerous this can be, right? I've just come from there, right? Ankle height. I took one step forward, it's to my knee. In this, at the start of the video I was on about, I stopped at a couple of bridges the last time I was here. They're the railway bridges. And we've had a lot of rain by the looks because this is definitely a lot deeper and I'm sure it gets deeper, so I'm going to keep this on just so you can see. You just want to be going nice and slow, get a pole wheel or something just to stick in front. The slower you go the better, honestly, because you try and rush and you're tripping over, you're going in, and if your water pours into your waders, believe me, you're not be coming back up. And I think you've got to experience and get a fright to realise and respect it a lot more. I've had a couple and you can take anything. You burn your fingers, you're like, I'm not going to stick my finger on that again. Well, most people would. Not Tony. Goes back and sticks his tongue on it. There's a lot of crap coming up here. It's starting to get deeper, it's past my knees. Just take your time. No rush. That's here. Just look around as you're going. But always just remember, where's your next foot gonna go? That's why you need a stick or something or what is it. They've never come and want to take this. Honestly. Once you're used to them and you know the area, then fair enough, come and do the bank sides, but stick to the bank sides. I'd hate for somebody to see me doing this and think, oh, that looks alright, that, I tell you what. Seeing to his lads, how I pet. We're going to get some weirdos. Guns up, next thing you know, there's 2 people drowned. Because they didn't know anything about the rivers. And it happens, believe me. Every hobby we do, where it involves bottle digging, the rivers, anything where you can hurt yourself, it's happened and there's people died. There was one last year, I think it was last year, father and son. I think it was the son got in trouble in the water, so the father's tried to help the son, and the two of them end up drowned. But there you can just see, right, I know from the middle of that, right, to across there is about 10 to 12 feet deep. And if I hadn't have been here before in better conditions, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just walked probably out of there, you know. So that's what I'm saying, don't come for first time in murky waters, because you literally just drop. And as I say, one of them waders, Phil, there ain't no coming back up. I'm just keeping to the side. I know this is a shallow part, yeah, because this is where I come last time. But from that point there, straight over there, that is deep as hell. Right, let's have a walk through, but expecting to see now, because it's too murky. But I will come through here last time, and I think it was a couple of beers, but they were more modern. I'll just show you. See again, if I'd never been through here, you wouldn't have a clue what to expect. But I've been through here in better conditions, and I know it's probably ankle deep. Right, so this is where we stopped last time. And at the start of the video, this is the wall I was telling you. And just further up the wall, I think there's another wall. But they're about 20 foot, give or take. And you can tell that old walls. So I'll knock you off and bring you as I'm finding stuff. So we've come through. And it's running a bit faster, but there is sides to be had. So happy days. So see, I'll bring you what I'm finding. Right, can you see it? I'll give you like 5 seconds, see if you can see it. Just see a bit of a bottle. And it looks of the shape, it might have a little bit of age to it. I might be totally wrong. It's right in there. So look there. Oh, it's well wedged in with stones and everything. So, where's it? Oh! Oh, well, take that. Is that a John Mackay? Oh, yes. Yes, and that's why we do it, kids. That is why we do it. Blob top, drippy lip. Straight away. Late 1800s. What's it? Three-part mould. So you can see one mould at the back. See the line? Cutting it into three. The lips applied. Blob top. Oh, I'm over the moon with that. Over the moon with that. I'll just give it a wipe. Oh, it's mint as well. John Mackay Limited, Edinburgh, Glasgow and Newcastle. Funny enough, I've never dug one. Over the moon with that. Over the moon with that. Aye. First on me, that one. I've seen them, but I've never had one. That's why we do it. That would, if I hadn't just seen the back end of that just shimmering in the water, I would have never knew. Beautiful Victorian bottle. Stunning. water preserves these bottles, and when you dig them out of landfill, obviously they can be burnt and that. It's actually got a bit of burnt on it, so it's been in a tip. So it's obviously been, this must be a bit of a tip. So I've got a bit of brick acid that will clean that up. Oh, what the moon with that. Oh, what the moon with that. But all I could see of that was literally the bottom. That was it. It was in there compact, but I've managed to get the side out. And you see how deep they can get. But this is, it's not a cooperative, I think. Newcastle Cooperative Social Limited. Please rinse and return. Again, 40s, 50s, but not because of the future. I'm going to put it right back where it was, so somebody can have enjoyment digging it out like I did. It's a bit iffy where I am. Like I wouldn't normally be in murky water like this up to my waist, but I am. You can tell how close the camera is. You know, literally my arms nearly level with the water, but I'm only just kind of gone up there. I've come all the way, like, so I'm going to go up to there, up that spot there. I just want to find out where this meets other rivers I've been, so the next time I come, I might be somewhere I can just park and then get in a bit closer, you know. What do you want me to find out? Spend New Year's Day, kids. Just had a lovely bottle up. Lovely bottle up. Best thing I've had today. Blob top. Victorian. Mackay's. Edinburgh, Newcastle. Lovely embossed. Lovely art. Beautiful. 3-part mould. Stunning. But this is a section I've been up before. It's a bit. I've stopped like so far up because it's getting deeper and deeper. And I don't know how deep it gets. So I'm heading back. And I'll catch up with the chat when I get in. I'm hoping the battery lasts just enough to see this. I've got 7%, but I've just seen a touch of white sticking out. I've dug around it, and then I've got the camera on. As I see, I'm hoping it's a nice one, while it's got dates and everything on. Made in England. 2 minutes, kids. I need a bottle of water to clean it. Made in England, December 1957. BRNE 120. And obviously I explained what they are earlier on. So that's another one. I do like them when they've got the dates and everything on. December 1957, so that's a bit of a later one. You do get them all really early. Oh, I've got a few, so I'll leave that there for some of the mud. Look, it was nearly lost for good, that, like. It was only about that much if it's sticking out, a little bit of white in the mud, and I got to do it. So we're going to call it a day now. Thanks for watching once again. For 2 Tories Magical Treasure Hunting Adventures. And Happy New Year.